Good afternoon, friends. Today we are going to talk about Mulk Raj Anand, who was an Indian writer and who is famous for his literary works in English. In his writings, he feeds on the lives of the poorer caste in traditional Indian society. Anand was actually born on 12th December 1905 in Peshawar, which is now a part of Pakistan. The three pioneer Indo-Anglo writers who really depicted the society of India of earlier 20th century. They are Mulk Raj Anand, R.K. Narayan and Raja Rao. Actually, he wrote realistic fiction, and Mulk Raj is also acclaimed for his literary works which have earned him the position of modern English literature. And he hugely popular for his three novels, The Coolie, Untouchable, and Two Leaves and a Word. In his unique writing style, he included Punjabi and Hindustani idioms in English, which brought him into the limelight as one of the first Indian writers to do so. Mulk Raj Anand actually was influenced by Marx. He was influenced by communism, you can say, and he saw the lives of the poor, the downtrodden, the outcast very closely, and he was much compassionate towards them. It was very difficult for people then to have compassion for the downtrodden. So it was, you can say, a turning point in Indian writings in English when a person of his caliber took up the challenge of representing the poor, the challenge of writing about the poor, the downtrodden, the outcast. And why he started doing this? Because it is said that one of his aunts was discriminated by the family people just because she had eaten with a Muslim. She was declared an outcast, and that actually brought a big change in the life of Mulk Raj Anand. His father's name was Lal Chand and his mother's name was Ishwar Kaur, and he completed his graduation with honors at Khalsa College, Amritsar, in the year 1924. And after that, he moved to England and got admitted to the University College London as an undergraduate student. He also worked there in a restaurant to support his livelihood. In 1929, he completed his PhD in philosophy at Cambridge University, and during that period, the Amber of Bloomsbury group became his friends. It is said that he was also very close to Picasso, the great artist, who had also gifted him with a painting. Mulk Raj also gave lectures at the League of Nations International Committee on Intellectual Cooperation, Geneva. Friends, Mulk Raj Anand came into the field of literary writing after facing, as I told you earlier also, a family tragedy related to the rigidity of India's caste system. And in his debut written essay, he responded to an aunt's suicide. Actually, she was not only declared an outcast, she actually committed suicide because of this. And because her family had excommunicated her for having a meal with a Muslim person. In the beginning of his writing career, Mulk Raj Anand got his reviews published in S. Eliot's magazine Criterion. And during the 1930s and 40s, he actively took part in politics and gave many speeches at the meeting of the Indian League. In 1935, his first novel, Untouchable, was published, which exposed the dark side of the society and how the Indian caste system worked then. The novel is beautifully written by using Hindi and Punjabi idioms in English. And this experiment actually earned him great reputation of a realistic writer. In the same year, he founded the Progressive Writers Association along with other two writers, Shahzad Zahir and Ahmad Ali. My dear friends, Mulk Raj Anand's knowledge of English was immense, great, and the use of the idioms from Punjabi and Hindi brought flavor to his language. In 1939, he began lecturing in literature and philosophy at London County Council Adult Education Schools and the Workers' Educational Association. And this he continued from the year 1939 to the year 1942. During the 1930s and 40s, he gave his time to the politics of London and India, and he was an active member of the Indian National Congress as well as the British Labour Party. During World War II, Mulk Raj Anand worked as a script writer and broadcaster also in the film division of BBC London. And in 1946, he launched a magazine about fine arts named Mark, which was mainly founded by J.R.D. Tata and later got financial support from Tata Group. Friends, Mulk Raj Anand came back to India in the year 1947, and from 1948 to 1966 he spent his time teaching at various universities. In 1960s he served as a professor of literature and fine arts at the University of Punjab. In 1938, I would like to tell you something about the personal life and legacy of Mulk Raj Anand. In 1938, Mulk Raj Anand got married to an English actress and communist Kathleen Wargelder in London. They together had a daughter named Sushila, but their marriage unraveled and they divorced in 1948. Later, in 1950, he married a Persian classical dancer, Shireen Wazib Da in Mumbai, then called Bombay. In 2004, Mr. Anand lost his wife because of pneumonia at the age of 98 at Jehangir Hospital, Pune, Maharashtra. Mr. Anand also passed away in the year 2004. I would like to tell you something about the major works of Mulk Raj Anand. They are Untouchable, which was published in the year 1935, then Kali Ka Ladai in 1939, Coolie, that came in the year 1936, Two Leaves and Word came in the year 1937. His other novels include The Village, Across the Black Waters, The Weak Heart, The Lost Child, 7 Summers, A Memoir, The Road, The Death of a Hero, and others. Mr. Mulk Raj Anand was also a great story writer, and many of his short story collections are available in the market. The Lost Child and Other Stories, The Power and Darkness and Other Stories, Lajwanti and Other Stories, Between the Tears and Laughter, etc., etc. So, without Mulk Raj Anand, we cannot think of the development of Indo-Anglian writing. It was Mulk Raj Anand who contributed immensely to the growth of English writing in India. Mulk Raj Anand, as I told you earlier, was influenced by communism, Marxism. He was influenced by the equality, the thought of equality, you can say. And so In all his writings, this thought prevails, this thought dominates. His language is simple, there is a big flow, there's a great flow in his writing, and because he uses words also from Punjabi and Hindi, he becomes very popular among us Indian writers. And in fact, his acceptability as a commoner's writer was established only because of his concern for the poor, concern for the downtrodden, concern for the outcasts. Today, this is all that I wanted to talk to you about Mulk Raj Anand, the great writer of Indo-Anglian literature. Thank you.